So,
where you're at Lars's studio.
oh, so we're Lars' studio. So Lars hires his engineer. He won't even let me pay him. And we've got Lars's drums, which are like 25 drums and 50 microphones.
Wow.
And the engineer there. And the whole Metallica band is set up. You know, this is like the whole setup. They do often they do recording there, and then they go finish the product in the record plant in LA. But they do a lot of recording there. So this is like the whole Metallica headquarters. He actually took me on a tour through the whole place at different times. So I work with Pro Tools, which is a recording program. So on my Pro Tools, I've got the whole Metallica template. Like this is all their recording setup, you know. So one of the most interesting things about this relationship, and I just like literally now just finished the college recommendation for his second son. So we're still very much in touch.
That's so
But
cool.
one of the coolest things that I got out of this, besides just like bragging rights, is that I went to their concert, you know, with backstage passes and the whole 9 yards, and like this music it's not music that I love or learn, you know, that I've studied much. I've studied some, but to see it live, these guys, I've never seen 4 individuals channel their personal power in a musical way any better than this. This was incredible. The focus. I mean, what Lars told me is like, it used to be, you know, before the show, they would just drink a lot of beer, right? Now before the show, it's like massage and meditation.
That's fine.
And they come out and they are, I mean, just incredible focus and precision and just the there's just the pro way they do it. I happened to be in line for a show once, and can't think of his name. James, the singer, was behind me, and I said, "Hey, James, I work with Miles Larson," and he was, you know, that was kind of my ticket. Like I had an entree there, and he looked at me with that same laser focus, and I, like, honest to God, didn't know what to do. I was like, I had his attention, and it was like getting somebody's 100% attention is scary sometimes, really. So I was like, whoa. But that is, if I had learned anything from the whole thing, it's just the fact that they have found something in this process of their music that's just incredible. So one possibility for the story is that Miles, who started out as a heavy metal drummer, is now at my alma mater, Berklee College of Music, studying jazz composition.
Oh my
after
God.
4 years in our program.
Wow.
And his parents are thrilled with this progress. And now I just literally yesterday, wrote the first draft of his brother's recommendation for the same school.
So cool. Oh, for Berklee or
It's for Berklee, but you know, he wants to go to Berklee or NYU. He's not sure, but it's
Berklee probably. Cambridge, I found, is a much easier place to focus and get work done than New York, because there's so much.
Yeah, the only thing that would keep him is if he wants to go. He went to the same high school as his brother. Now whether he wants to go to the same college as his brother or not, I don't know.
If the kid was sick, it's straight. You're right. This isn't my story. I would kind of.
But back to that question of endings. I mean.
I would go a little further back. Because the heart of the story, it's easy to get sucked into the star.
Yeah.
The heart is Miles.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, it was kind of a difficult story because knowing that his dad was hanging around, that made me angry. Because I felt like, dude, and the fact that he went and like started playing the drums, it wasn't about him. And I just, it felt selfish. It felt like bad dadding. And so I wanted to know way more about Miles than I wanted to know about Lars Ulrich.
So, you think I could like skip ahead and talk about the Miles? Because I didn't know Miles that day. I came to know him so much better over the 6 years. Skip ahead and tell some stuff and then come back to the.
Or you can end on, and the ending is, you know, and this kid, by the way, was, no, I don't know. I really respect Paige, and I kind of agree with what she says. Like, Lars kind of, maybe he was, I mean, not every parent is allowed in their kid's audition. You know what I mean? As an actor, I know this, who's gone to some auditions. but I do think that I'm a music nerd, so hearing about Lars did excite me. That celebrity sensationalism did work for me in part by luring you into the story. But the story was initially about Miles. You ended on Miles. You could clean it up. I think it's
Well, I
still
think, yeah,
potential.
I
Reveal
really
that
do.
later.
Yeah.
You could tell the
I'm
whole.
sorry?
You could reveal that later. You could tell the whole story without saying who the dad is until later.
That I wondered about that. I think that would be very cool.
I think so too.
And I think I could also end with Miles going to Berkeley, so that would allow me to talk more about
Yeah.
Miles, you know, his progress over
And that
over
he's
the years.
chosen something dramatically different, so he's clearly
Right.
found
Or
his
how-
own
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
You've built this relationship with this family to where the story almost becomes about your honor and the difference you made in Miles' life.
That's easier story for somebody else to tell, I think. But I think I think your comment's really good. And I wonder if I could pull it off to not reveal, or reveal at just the right moment.
Right.
Then you have to sort of rely on somebody actually knowing who he is, because not everybody cares. But
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, honestly, I
You
know
could
nothing
hear.
about heavy metal, and even I know
No.
who he is.
yeah,
So, and granted, I'm 42,
Yeah.
so there's a certain age factor in
Yeah.
play.
yeah.
You know, you probably couldn't tell it to a bunch of 22-year-olds. They'd
You'd
go,
be
huh?
surprised that I mean, well, 22 musicians anyway, but that's
Yeah. It would depend on your audience.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I often have trouble at first identifying what the story's really about. And you're right, it's about Miles.
Did you write this one down first?
I know,
Yeah, see, that's another reason why. I bet you would have had less.
but I would write it down better having gone through this process.
Oh,
we
good.
just went through.
Then that's great.
Sweet.
Sweet. Did you have anything about the story, or you?
Yeah, I did.
All right, share with us.
I mean, I have something
Not
about a story, right?
no, not yet, baby.
Okay.
Feedback on his.
Oh, feedback. Oh, feedback on his story.
Yeah, did you?
I mean, I thought it was great how he came out. What got me going is how Miles, when she was talking about Miles, I wanted to know more about Miles. Okay. I didn't really see a difference in the story, far as what you were saying about his dad taking his spot is what you was trying to say, right? Like his dad's taking more of the spotlight than Miles. But I would like to learn more about Miles, and what you were talking about dealing with him,
Or like an update on Miles.
Yeah, because that's where my mind was at first when he was going. I was like Miles, but then you came
Yeah,
with stuff.
and that's, I may not have told that part very well, because the truth was that Miles was thrilled to have his dad there.
Yeah.
Oh no, that
I
came
heard
through.
that.
That,
Yeah.
but kids, they don't. If they're getting their attention, they're happy. They don't know what's really necessarily
Yeah.
best for them.
Yeah.
And Metallica was an awesome band too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
you could relate to that.
Yeah, that's
that was that.
yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah,
friend,
Metallica.
one of my best friends put me on Metallica when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it till I was into hip hop and all that. I was like, man, Metallica, man, what the hell is this? Yeah, man, just listen to it, man. Tell me, just listen to it. You know what I mean? And he's white, and he put me on it, and I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I was digging it, and that's how I know about
Yeah,
Metallica.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my high school boyfriend loved all metal, and Metallica was the only one I could.
You can kind
I
of
could
deal with
handle
it because
it.
they wasn't kind of out of whack with it. Like they wasn't really like.
Well, I could feel. It made me feel things.
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
does.
metal
It
just
music.
makes me go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it
It's-
made me feel things.
It's interesting the way, they were a dysfunctional band.
Right.
They,
Mhm.
a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And, at some point, they changed their focus and they started going to group therapy
Yeah.
and communicating. And
I bet they all got married.
Yeah.
I just think that's a really interesting thing that, they treated their band like a relationship.
Yeah, that is.
Tried to
wow.
fix it, tried
Yeah.
to make it work. So many bands, just the personalities start
They
coming
all,
out.
they get
Right.
big.
They decay.
And they
And
just
they split their egos.
easy,
Oh, I just went
easy,
through a band breakup. I know what it's like.
easy. It's just terrible. It's terrible. I hate that part there because you make so much of great music and your personality becomes bigger than the music now.
Right.
We started this because of the music, okay?
Right.
Why are we at this point in our life to where you feel this way about this person, and at the end of the day, not to go on about it, it's simple things that can be fixed just by more communication,
Communication.
okay? And it end up, a good thing end up being destroyed. You know?
You guys, we're gonna take 5, but as I'm taking 5, I'm gonna pass around this notepad and it's notes for Bob. If you have anything about the story you didn't get to say to him in your remarks that you'd like to say now, any kudos, write those down, your phone number, your hashtag for your Instas. So who's on deck? You get prepared.
Okay.
You're on in 5.
Yeah.
I'm next.
Oh, you're on in 5.
Yeah.
So you get prepared.
Yeah.
You're after
You got
him,
it.
so be
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
are not
sorry.
keeping.
Y'all bear with me with my story, okay? Just
No. Yes.
Just stay with me.
And.
This